What's good, everybody? I'm going against the grain today. There may be some noises in the background, which is intentional. Normally, I don't do it with noises, but it's very intentional today because I'm actually doing a walk away video. But even though I walked away like 10 years ago, um, the importance of me doing a walk away um, is just because, I grew up like most stories you hear from, African Americans is that, they grew up in a household that was, typically Democrat, and they typically asked how they should vote, and either a parent or so told them to, go down a list and just mark everything Democrat. So generally, most times, I'm not speaking for every African American in life, but most of the times you're just given the ultimatum to choose, and you're not really taught policy. Because the sad part is that a lot of people don't even understand policy. They'll even say nowadays that policy is not even important. And if that's the case, then we might as well not even vote if it's not about policy. But I hear a lot of, my people saying it's not important. Moving along. Um, you know, Eventually I got grown and followed the leader, and was just voting Democratic, not caring about the repercussions, not worrying about, the conditions and everything that we continue to go through as black people. And, when you get older and you have kids, and, honestly, for me, becoming a Christian had changed everything because then it became more about values. And so, I wanted to look in the lens of like what God would uphold righteous or not. And, so that's when I got interested in policies and other things, but as far as policies, looking at God, it's like, well, when we look at abortion, I know that God is not for that. Um, we look at, other things that are just morally inside and honestly just common sense. The Democratic Party started slavery. They wanted to uphold slavery. Um, and it's just been a lot of lies. And up to this point, it's just blatant lies, and they don't even try to hide no more. Like it used to be, I guess, if I could say, somewhat decency in the party, or hidden decency, should I say? But nowadays, it's not even that. It's just you're just getting these satanic vibes, and that's just what it is. And no one tries to hide from it. No one's trying to run from it or anything. It's just this is what it is, and accept it. And you're at a point now where you gotta choose a side, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? It's just as long as you choose the right side. As long as you educate and do your thing. I'm a different type of conservative because I'm from the street. And really, really been on the street. You know, um, so it was different for me. But at the same time, like I was very versatile. Like I've had jobs and things like that too, and I had to deal with, people, and not all groups of people. I come from a small place, and I was in sales for a long time as well, and the money I had to make was really, to be honest with you, mostly off of white people. And so I realized at that point, like, it really wasn't about um, you trying to be like someone, but more of using your swag, your um, sense of urgency, your skill set in order to get people to conform to you, to build your time valuable so people don't take advantage of your time. It's really just about you. It's about your self preservation, about you being able to build yourself up, and people respecting you and respecting your time and respecting your craft, respecting what you do. So you become valuable to yourself and everyone else around you. So I realized, like, I became really good at that and very successful early. And so from that point, because sometimes in growing up, we're taught, black people are taught, that the white man is against you and yada yada yada, this and that, and that you can't. It's hard to make it and this and that. When actually, in my own reality, and it took me a while to realize it, that it wasn't. It was all about me. It was about my choices. It was about um, my determination, and it was about what I wanted to achieve and not letting anything get in the way of achieving that. I did this video straight through like this because I'm open to distractions. I'm at home, my family's here right now. I got kids doing online school and things like that. Even though I'm not even getting distractions right now, but I kept it open for that because the reason it's so important is that you have to learn how to deal with distractions in your life. You can't just let a distraction come and then stop. You have to learn how to deal with it and keep going. And actually making it a part of your presentation even, So I know I'm kind of rambling about this and I don't even want to make this long, but so morally is why I moved away from the Democratic Party. I seen that they're becoming more evil in a satanic spirit sense. Um, I see that um, there's not really much tolerance from the side. I see that they're playing race baiting games, and I'm just not with none of that. Like especially like I said, with being born again and a Christian, like we're all part of just one human race, and that's what it is. So no one's oppressed, no one's this and that. It's all about choices. You know, um, the choices you make will pretty much be the consequences that you will have to deal with in life. So, you know, and I got to, and then just taking the time to realize that um, when I opened up, because that's the biggest thing too, you have to be open minded. And, once I started doing my research in the Republican Party, because I was like, man, I can't even see doing this. But then I, got to looking at the party and doing my own research and seeing that really most blacks are conservative. Their values are conservative. And they don't even know it. That's the sad part. They're running around and they don't even know that they're conservative, you know. And that this whole racism thing that we're living off of has been taught. And if you're taught something long enough every single day by the sources that you have available to you, which is media, um, music, whatever, there's all types of different entertainment. You can end up believing a lie. And that's what it is that, you know, you get, you end up being that 85% of people who believed a lie. And so, you know, I'm not better than anyone, but I'm smarter than that. And so, yeah, so I'm not going to ramble on in this and that, There also are consequences in walking away too. I took those hits too. I've lost, my mom, I lost family members. Your relationships don't stay the same. People you grew up with, they look at you different, because you have, in a sense, self-educated yourself about right or wrong. And so um, there's a lot you go through, like I stand on the front lines a lot protecting conservative values, and people don't respect it at all. Even Christians, what I'm saying? Like Christians even look down on it, and it's weird coming from that side too, because you'll think that they'll be the first ones to understand. So, I'm just open-minded, man. I'm proud to have taken the losses I've taken. Um, I'm proud to be standing on the right side, which is on God's side, because it's funny when I was running with the devil and letting the devil infiltrate, I was good, I was cool. People would stand up for me, whether wrong or right. But when you want to stand up for something righteous, man, you don't get that same kind of love, you know? Um, it's funny because, I'm a Christian, but like I'm still from the street. So like my mentality is really still the same. I just do different. I just don't do the same things. You know, um, I strive on living righteously. I strive on, you know, hand ups and not handouts. I strive on the I can mentality. There's nothing I can't do. The word can't has to be just totally erased. So, you know, I also have a channel. It's called V's CHH Playlist. I've talked about these things in the past. I also have segments where it plays nothing but Christian hip hop music, and then I do my own dialogue talking about these issues we're talking about right now. Like I said, formally, I'm just doing a official walk away um, video, and it's just been a long time coming, but yeah, there's freedom in this. There's liberation through this. There's victory through this, and it may not be the most popular thing to do, but it's the most righteous thing to do. And I got homies that talk about, man, when I look at the values of the policies of the Republicans, man, it actually really does line up with God. But I just can't, man. I ain't feeling Trump. I can't do this. I can't do that. And it's like, but so a lot of times people get caught up with, you know, the personality of the person versus what the person is doing. And on the reverse side of that, if a person knows how to talk well, or can like at least front in front of you as if they talk well and they're doing the right things, then they'll get to nod up, even though that they're not giving you any policies, or their policies are to tear your country down, to usher in a one world government, and things as such. There's so much I can go into that I'm not going into. I suggest that you follow V's CHH playlist on YouTube, because I do this type of content. My biggest thing right now is dealing with the elephant in the room, because in order for us to change, we got to deal with deep-rooted issues that are uncomfortable to deal with publicly. And salute to everyone that has done who've had the heart to do a walk-away video. And we look different. We look a whole in different. Our appearance looks different. There's so many conservatives now. Forgive me for fumbling over that, but there's so many different types of conservatives now that it's beautiful, because people are waking up. Black people are waking up. Latinos are waking up. Africans are waking up. Asians are waking up. There's so many different groups of people I see that are waking up, especially for people who were immigrants who moved here legally, and they moved away from socialist ideas to get here to a country like this where there's freedom, because they actually know what communism looks like, and they know what socialism looks like, and they don't want to have any parts to do with that. They came here to get away from that. In the meantime, this country is trying to push it. These people came here to get away from that. So people are waking up and they're like, nah, this ain't what we came here for. It's really a lot of common sense policies that people don't look at, because like I said, like people say that policies aren't important now, because they're so drawn into narratives, that got them emotionally drawn in, that they really don't believe in, but they've been forced to believe in. So I think I'm gonna leave it right there. I consider myself a hood street conservative. I am Christian. Um, but when I describe the other things, it just describes where I come from, um, the background of my life, um, what I know. Because, a lot of conservatives are, the people look at them as soft. And it ain't that kind of party over here. You know, we're more intelligent hood, individuals who have taken our time to research, study, and honestly, just make a well-informed decisions about to differ between right and wrong. So, man, I thank you guys for tuning in once again. Subscribe, hit the likes, share, um, visit my YouTube, which is V's CHH playlist. Um, thank you. I love you. Um, I see you guys in the future. In Jesus' name, peace.